And action.
Okay. We're here at Slumber Party Massacre cast reunion as a part of the show Cinema Wasteland in Strongsville, Ohio, wrapping up a 3-day event. This is the first time the cast from the film have gotten together. And to my right is Joe Johnson, who played the character Neal in the cult classic film Slumber Party Massacre. My first question for you, Joe, is: are you surprised by the cult following this film still has 30 years later?
Yes. Well, first of all, I want to say thank you for bringing me to Cinema Wasteland and reuniting me with the cast of the Slumber Party Massacre. We had so much fun doing the movie, and I had no idea whatsoever of the impact that it had. How many people love that movie? It's been overwhelming, meeting the nicest people, some very interesting people, making new friends, seeing the movie again, doing the panel discussion, the Q&A, telling stories about the making of the film. It's been awesome. Thank you, Tim and Tim. This has been a thrill.
Absolutely. Some other question I have about the film is: how did you get cast for the film? How did you learn about the audition, and how were you cast?
I saw the ad in a trade paper. I had already done a couple of things. I'd done a movie teen comedy called Grad Night, and so I wanted to continue doing films, and so I looked in the trade papers. They said there was an ad for a thriller called Sleepless Night, and so I made an appointment, sent them my picture, went through several rounds of auditions for the casting director and then the director and the producers. The interesting part is we had no idea it was going to be the Slumber Party Massacre. The script I got, the sides, which are the scenes that you audition, made no mention of drills, or slashing, or blood. They sort of kept that as a surprise until the cast was set. Then they gave us the script. Then we find out it's the Slumber Party Massacre. It was a trip.
So did you know... That brings another interesting question. Did you know this film was being produced by Roger Corman, or is that something you
not until we were on the set. They had a different production company name, I think something like Santa Fe Productions. But through the grapevine, we learned that this was a Roger Corman film, which made us all even more excited because he has such cinema prestige. And I thought, well, maybe this is going to be a good one. The director was so good. All the crew, they really knew what they were doing. The actors, it was fun to do. And getting killed, that was my first death scene, was a trip.
Did you have any fond memories behind the scenes? I guess you and David Milburn kind of played pranks on the girls or anything like that?
The cast, with the exception of Michael DeLello, was pretty chummy. The cast and the crew. We didn't play any pranks, but people were walking around with their throat slashed or stabbed, or it just became a very normal thing. I met my lifelong friend Debra De Liso. That's the greatest thing that I took away from this film was meeting Debra. We've been friends and cohorts in crime, companions. We did another film together, and we've been friends for 33 years.
So your death scene in the film, which everybody knows is that's a really good scene of the film. Did you guys get that in the first take? How many takes
No,
did that?
it took all night. It took two entire nights. It was like the movie was sort of split up when we did the group scenes, and then people's death scenes were sort of divided into separate evenings. So the first evening, the stabbing took a good part of the night, and then the next night we filmed where he dumps my lifeless body in the car.
So after the film, you kind of went on and actually produced and directed some films. What's your favorite aspect of the business? Is it acting, producing, or directing?
Really? Producing is too nerve-wracking. That's a hard job. Directing is I like directing. I like being in control. And acting has always been my passion, whether it's film acting or stage acting, which I've sort of been doing more than the last several years. I write plays, I direct them myself, I produce them just because I like the autonomy of being in control. Acted in plays. I wrote plays before I could walk. It's in my blood.
Do you have a preference? Do you prefer acting on film or stage?
Well, they're different. It's a different style. In fact, when I went back to the theater, I wasn't big enough. And one director goes, until you're a film actor, you've got to open up and be a little bigger. With film, depending on the part in the movie, etc., you have to, it's close in, it's your face, it's your eyes. It's just a different technique. I enjoy both. Being a film actor as you get older is a little more nerve-wracking. You're like self-conscious about the look, whereas on stage, you just kind of, it's like getting on a roller coaster. You don't think about things like that. Do I look okay? But I like it all. That's a good question.
Do you have a favorite person you worked with, either on film or part of your stage productions?
Many. I worship actors. I worship talent. Debra De Liso from Slumber Party is a very talented actress, writer, and director. In Florida, where I live, there are several talented actors. When I write my plays, I usually have what I call a marker, an actor that I know, or sometimes a famous person that I use when I'm writing the character, creating the character.
Okay, here's my baby.
Yeah, that's very talented.
Here's my baby.
So, if someone wanted to reach out to you and could hire you for a film, or a commercial, or a personal appearance like this, how would they get in touch with you?
I think they would have to contact you and let you make the deal, which is fine with me.
I guess the other question I have in closing is, at the end of the third day here, we're at, it's been 3 days now for the Slumber Party Massacre cast reunion. What has your favorite part of this weekend's show been?
Meeting the people, the fans. They're amazing. Their film acumen, they know everything they know every film I've done, they know every film Deborah's done, they know all the aspects of it. It's so interesting to see people who are so well informed. And they love this business, the horror genre, which I just, like I said before, I had no idea that it was going to be like this. It's great.
So from Strongsville, Ohio, Cinema Wasteland, saying so long, and we will see you again very soon at another convention.
Thank you, and thank you, Tim.
Very welcome. Thank you. Appreciate it.
My pleasure.